Hello, 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 hello. Wherever you happen to be on our loving planet called Earth, I hope you're having a thought-provoking day, evening, like wherever you're located. Welcome to my 3D channel. My package I'm using is Blender, but if you happen to be using some other 3D package, I still welcome you to stay out of curiosity. Today, I'm going to talk about a node that I really never saw used much. I was watching a video yesterday and I discovered a brand new node. So I said I'll make a video about it because in his video, his topic wasn't nodes. It was adding Rust to the crate that I'm going to show you. So I said I'm going to take out that, just take out his little segment on, grade it, and make a video about it. So now, for those who are new to the field, this is what a gradient does. It transitions from one color, here is blue, and it switch to another color. In this case, it's purple. Now, right now, it's just two colors. It's two. But realistically, there could be a multitude of colors. In the simplest case, the simplest denominator, it has to be two colors. And if there's not no two, the other color may be white. So keep that in mind. So it may be white. So remember, at least two colors. And by default, it may just choose white. So now we can begin. We can jump right into our exercise. I'm done with this. I don't see it on my, it's graded in my collection. I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to bring up to start this show. This is what I made right here. A simple crate to demonstrate how to use gradient. And I say it's simple. But it's a good exercise how to deal with gradients. Because it can be a storage crate, you know, when you're carrying your food or whatnot. So let's jump into shading. I'm in shading. I have my principal line of characters ready. Principal BSDF right here. And now on the last one on the output is material output. I got that. My main characters that I always have in my play is texture coordinates. I love mapping nodes. That's a powerful one. And in this case, I introduced the texture coordinate right here. For those who new, to get texture coordinate, you go up here to add, go to texture, and you will find it right here. I'm sorry, not texture coordinate, the gradient. That's something. You will find the gradient right here. Here it is. Gradient texture. So that's the name of that node, the gradient node. Then I have our wonderful color ramp. Then I'll have our often used mixed RGB. So let me hook it up and see what happened. Hook it up. We see it's working already. The reason it's black is because I have the color ramp for black and white. So that's why, like, remember I told you, at least one color. We don't usually consider white. Well, we usually don't consider white a color, but it is. And I have white. I can move these nodes right here. And you see what's happening. Now, as I get closer to black, the white become more and more intense. So you can use that. So if you don't want to have that gradient effect, you can move it right to the other color. But also, if you want to get rid of the gradient immediately, where it's a linear, you click on that drop menu, and you just choose constant. And you see what happened. It all turned black. So we got to work on it now. So sometimes it can be, if you don't like messing with nodes, it may be good just to have it on linear. But let me see what I can do over here. Let me try the Z. I hope I got everything hooked up right. Yeah. Let me unplug these. Because in the video, the guy had it on factor. But I don't think that's going to change it much. See? We all have to learn. And now I got to discover why. Because, you know, before you make a video, you always do a practice. So why is this thing not working the way I want it to work? I'm going to put it back the way I had it. Color A. Color B. So like I said, a lot of stuff we do is trial and error, people. So I'm just using trial and error to discover. When I had it working earlier, it was working perfectly. I have an object. Oh, okay, wait. That is, oh, that is right there. See, that is right there. So I'm saying it's trial and error. Trial and error. I have it on constant. Let me put it back on something else. Oh, and each one of these, just think it may have a different effect on it. I'm going to go to cardinal. Let's see what happened. So it's still staying consistent. It was on linear before. Okay, it's consistent now. B-spline, consistent. But you see the, now, I'm going to start again. But you see the gradient effect. It switches from black to white slowly. And I'm going to change my color. This is the reason why I like to have it on color. I may stick with his configuration where he had it on. Let's see what happens if I switch it back right here. In his video, he had the second color says gray. The reason it's gray because the mixed RGB gray. In his video, he gave it, I give it a color red. And since the gradient is on ease, that's why we see a lot of red in here. And I can move this around too. Just increase the effect. We see as I do that, the gradient effect's increasing. And we see over this side is nothing. But let me bring it back all the way down like I had it before. Let me put that right there. It's still sort of whitish. So it may be best to put it on constant if you don't want that effect. So there's a lot of playing around with this stuff. A lot of playing around. I'm only doing it because the whole thing looks sort of reddish. I wonder why. See, it still looks yellowish. Clamp result. It's still got that. I want it to be white. Maybe I should change the black to white too. I'm gonna click on black. What happens if I change that to white? Oh no, the whole thing turning white now. So I better leave it on that black, that color right there. Now let's see if I put color 1 and 2 here. Because remember, one color black, one color white. That will make it, should make it definitely work. Yes, it definitely works. See, when I did that, see that guy in his video, he just used the factor from color. He just used color to factor. See, it works. Yeah, it looks white there too. It looks white there too. Alright, so let's mess with this, the mapping. That's the real star of the show. To get it on Z, I wanted to have it on Z. Let me see if I rotate some of these. So I rotate X, nothing happened. Because you remember it's two-dimensional. That's why it's not. I got rotated on Z. Oh, it got rotated on Y. So I rotated on Y, and that's what I want. I want to put it on 95 degrees. That's it. Or should I say 180 degrees? And when I do that, if I mess with X again, see it's going up, but I want to flip it the other way. So I'm going to put 180 in here. Let me mess with X again and see what happens. See? This is my first time experimenting with people, so I'm sorry. That's the X. And put it back. Here's my Y. No effect. So the only one that may affect it is X. Let me see. I want to flip it. I could just mess around with like this and flip it. See, I could just do that. See? Do that. So what's that? 200 degrees. 270. Let me put on 270. Let me know. Alright, that's the effect I wanted. You can see right here, the X seems to control how much you want to go. It's a real crate. The X seems to control how much you want it to go up and down. Now I'm going to put it back on color, and see what happened. I had it on factor. I'm going to put it on color A. That's that. Color B. Yeah, see the white more intense. And when I chose color A, color B, it takes the effect of my color ramp. Now I want to show you some other things about the color ramp. But I got to go back and adjust it now, don't I? Let me put it on 180 now and see what happens. Oops. Can't do that. And put that on 270. And it's best to have Z on 1 too. After I learned that, have Z on 1. Then I can adjust these up here. So you gotta keep playing with these little knobs up here and see what happens. I know it's a lot of experimentation, people. I'm sorry about that. A lot of experimentation. See, okay, that did it. Okay, there. A lot of experimentation, people. I'm sorry about that. Let me put it back on 180. Let's see what happened now. Oh, so that didn't do it. So let me just rotate it manually, slowly, so I get it where I want. So you might have to do that. Okay, that's the effect that I want. Now, when I hooked up over here, when I hooked up color A, and color B, it takes the effect of my, what do you call it? Color ramp. But if you want to do that, but I do like having the factor, because I could put my I could put this in a group, but I'm gonna just leave it like it is now. So I'm gonna leave it hooked up to color A, color B. If I put it in a group, I can make it much more simple and easier. But that's what. So now I'm just gonna change my colors in my color ramp. I'm gonna change black to reddish color. Drag it up. Here's the black. Like I said, the video that I went over, that I watched when the guy was discussing Russell, he just did the color ramp quick. But you just now saw, people. When he hooked it up, it worked. When I hooked it up, I had to make adjustments. So I'm glad I made this video. Because you remember, it ain't going to come out. You know, since he made the video, it just came out the way he wanted to. For me, I had to adjust it. See, I got the black. I got the red. And I might change this. And I'm going to use the actual color ramp like I showed you in my first, in that image. I want to add 3 colors. So I'm going to add another color ramp. I'm going to say evenly distribute them. Distribute colors evenly. Because I want to show you the color ramp in effect. I want to change this middle color to a yellowish color. And there you see the color ramp working. You see the, I'm sorry, the gradient, because I'm still using, I'm saying color ramp. You see the gradient working, and you see my color right here is white. You just don't see it. Let me just move it. So you see that color is white. That's white. Let me change. Now I don't even gotta change to a different color. Now, before I conclude, I just want to go back over to constant, and let's choose these other effects. Here's ease. You see that? It's a gradual change. Let's choose cardinal. Another gradual change, like an actual gradient, a real gradient effect. I choose linear. Not much change, but you still got that actual gradient effect. And B-spline, even more of a sloth gradient effect. And you remember, a lot of times in life too, most crates are not just white. They may be like a gradient color. Most of the time they're a gradient color. They're not like the constant one. Most crates are something like the one I'm showing you now. The B-spline. And last but not least, let's see, I have constant again. So, yeah, some crates like this too. Some crates are multicolor, and you see you can adjust your scale right here to increase your intensity of that particular color. Alright, thank you for stopping by, good people, to learn with me more about this gradient. This gradient node. I'll probably be using it. But we learned a little bit more and more every day as we go along. Like I like to say to the new people, when it comes to shading, that's new to me. I've only been dealing with shading for a while. I've been with Blender for at least a good 4 or 5 years. Taking my time, of course. I don't devote my whole time to it. I use it here and there, or I have like moments of inspiration. Till the next time, good people, Blender family, you keep pushing, you keep striving, and you don't stop. You learn a little bit every day, just like me. You see, I learned about the gradient yesterday, and I made a video on gradient yesterday. And from that video, see, since I'm making my video, it's more permanent with me now. If I just watched the video and never did it like this, it wouldn't be more permanent. Right now, it's permanent and real. Till the next time, Blender family, to the family, peace.